Today we make another Don the Beachcomber original, the Tahitian Rum Punch, and I don't know too much about this drink or its origin, but you'll come across it in old Don the Beachcomber menus. And if you're someone who collects these old menus or just likes to look at them, you can't count on the copyright as the date of the menu. The particular one that you are looking at right now says 1941, and you'll find many Don the Beachcomber menus say 1941, and you'll see the Tahitian Rum Punch on here for just $1. But this menu is also from Palm Springs, and the Palm Springs Don the Beachcomber location was not established until 1952. So just something to keep in mind when you're looking through these menus and you see a copyright from 1941, it usually doesn't mean that it's 1941 or sometimes even that close to 1941. You'll find the recipe in Beach Bum Remixed as well as the Total Tiki app. I'm drawn to this drink because I just like the way that looks with the ice shell and the tall glass. But it's also something I'm drawn to because of how unusual the recipe is and the ingredients in it. It calls for a banana liqueur, which we don't really see ever in beachcomber drinks. And it's just a small amount in this one. The drink also calls for a dry white wine, and we will need just about every juice: lime juice, grapefruit juice, orange juice, and pineapple juice. This just has a lot going on. And if you have a lot going on in your life, then you may want to make sure that you are prepared to take on tomorrow, because we don't have a day that we can lose to recovery or just lounging around on the couch. ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make ZBiotics your first drink of the night, drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. So click the link in the description or use the QR code that is on the screen right now to get 15% off your first order. Plus, ZBiotics offers a 100% money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied for any reason, they will refund your money, no questions asked. I didn't even mention that this drink also calls for a vanilla extract, just a couple drops, and then a brown sugar syrup. I just took some brown sugar and some water in equal parts to make a small amount of a brown sugar syrup. So let's go ahead and make this. I'm going to use a drink mixer, but you can always shake this. Start with 2 drops of our vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of brown sugar syrup, 1 teaspoon of a banana liqueur, half an ounce of lime juice, 1 ounce of orange juice, 1 ounce of grapefruit juice, 1 ounce of pineapple juice, 1 ounce of a dry white wine, 1 ounce of a gold Jamaican rum, and 1.5 ounces of a light rum. All right, let's try a Tahitian Rum Punch. Cheers. I was a little concerned with an ounce of wine and then 2.5 ounces of rum that it was gonna feel like it's too strong or taste too strong, and it doesn't. It's not quite the opposite, but with so much juice in here, 3.5 ounces of juice, the juice flavor comes through. There's wine in the background. And since we don't have much syrup in here at all, it's not too sweet. The banana, that's a tough one because that small amount of banana, is that what I'm tasting? Or am I also just tasting the banana note from the Worthy Park Select? So it's hard to say if there's a banana note coming from banana or coming from rum. It's very light somehow. Somehow it's still light. It's very refreshing. There is not an overly dominant flavor, whether that's rum or wine or any of the juices. And if you didn't know any better, I think you would just assume this is a Trader Vic's cocktail because it has quite a bit of fruit juice, plus it has rum and wine, which is something you see in many of his punch recipes. But it's Don the Beachcomber. We don't have those big, bold spice notes that we're pretty accustomed to with most of the Don the Beachcomber drinks. It's definitely not my favorite Don the Beachcomber drink, but it's not my least favorite either. It's kind of sitting there in the middle. And I think if you were to try one of these as like your first drink and it's a hot day, you'll find it very refreshing and not very difficult to wrap your head around. It's not going to be too bold and spicy. But after you've had 2, 3, or 4 cocktails, is this going to be the one you want? Probably not. So if it's a hot day and it's your first drink, I think you will enjoy it. There's a lot going on, a lot you can decipher and pick through as you go through the drink. Overall, it is tasty and I have no complaints. So there you go, the Tahitian Rum Punch, elegant looking Don the Beachcomber drink using wine and a whole bunch of other things. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like below. Consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to support this channel more, check out my Patreon page. Otherwise, see you on the next one.